Hi, so the first book that I read this week was my chapter book. The chapter book I chose this week was Charlotte's Web. Charlotte's Web is by E.B. White and it was awarded the Newbery Medal. Now, this book I don't think I've ever read, but I could be wrong. So if I did read this book, it would have been when I was super young and I really don't remember it. I did enjoy this book, and so that is why I would give it a 5 out of 5 star rating. I thought that this book was very well laid out and it would have been relatively easy and it would have made sense to follow if I was super young and I was a child reading this book. The theme I gathered from this book was friendship, that a true friend makes sacrifices for you. This book is about a pig named Wilbur and his friend Charlotte, who is a spider. They live on a farm and the farmer wants to slaughter Wilbur. To protect Wilbur, Charlotte writes words in her web to convince the farmer not to slaughter him. I really connected with the fact that the spider helped a pig. When you think about it, a pig can kill a spider really fast. And that is something I enjoyed and connected with. Overall, I really enjoyed this book. Last week, I read The One and Only Ivan, and I truly think I like this book more than that book. I can see why it is such a great children's book, because it teaches children about meaningful friendships and that everyone is different and it is okay to be friends with people who are different. The next book I read was my first picture book. The picture book I chose for this week was called The Snowy Day. The Snowy Day was written by Ezra Jack Keats, and it is a Caldecott Medal winner. I would give this book a 3 out of 5 star rating. It wasn't a terrible book, but there was a few things I would have changed. I really liked the pictures in the book, however. I thought they were very well done and they were very realistic. However, there weren't many colors in the pictures, which bothered me a little bit. I'm all about the colors, I guess. Most of the colors used were colors that were on the pages before then, or the pages after then. Another thing that could have been done better was some of the language and wording. It was a bit awkward at times, especially for a children's book. The theme of this book is to enjoy a snowy day, especially as a child. Snowy days don't always come that often, but when they do, you need to take full advantage of them. This book is about a little boy who one morning woke up and looked outside. He saw so much snow. So he got his snow gear on, and by the time he went outside, there were piles of snow, and they kept getting bigger. The little boy went on so many adventures. He knocked snow from a tree onto his head. He went to go try to join a snowball fight, but they told him he was too young. He even climbed up a hill of snow and slid down it. When he was finally done, he went inside, he got cleaned up and went to bed. While he was asleep, he had a bad dream that the snow was gone. But then he woke up and it was still there and it was snowing some more. So he got his friend and they went deep into the snow. I connected pretty well with the book in the sense that when I was a kid, I loved when it would snow super hard and that when there would be heaps of snow. It always came with its own sets of memories that I will never forget. And I wish I was a child so that I could go back and do the things I could when I was a child, basically. Though this book wasn't my favorite, I did enjoy reading it more than others in the past. The final book I read was my last picture book for the week. The picture book I read was Dreamers by Yuri Morales. Dreamers was awarded the Pura Belpré Author Award. I would have to give this book a 2 out of 5 star rating or even a 1 out of 5 star rating. Truthfully, this book wasn't my favorite. I thought that the book would have been about something else other than what it was about. I really don't know what that is, but I feel like it would have been. I did like the theme of the book, however, and the pictures. I thought they were very beautiful. There were so many colors, and as we know, I'm all about the colors. The theme of this book is to remind us that we are all dreamers no matter what. If we want a certain type of food at a certain time, we are dreaming of that food and what it will taste like. This book is about a mom and a little baby. I'm not too sure on the sex of the baby, but it is a baby. They're mitigating to a new world and they do things wrong and they don't speak the same language, but they are trying to figure it out. until they come across a library where they start to learn new things. They then find their home because they finally realize a home is what you make it. A home is the things you bring into it. I kind of connected with this book in a way that I understand finding a new home could be hard. Though I haven't had to do it myself, I understand it in a certain type of way. I always feel at odds when coming to a new job because everyone knows everyone and I know absolutely no one. So I really connected with that part in the sense that when I go to a job, I don't know anything. I don't want to do anything wrong. And in the book, she did the exact same thing. I'm actually in that position right now. I don't know many people at my new job. Something I did find a bit strange was the wording. There were some Spanish words, which I guess kind of makes sense, but they were kind of just spread throughout, which was a little weird. And then there was a word that I know if I knew it as if I would have been reading this book as a child, I wouldn't have known what the word means. The word is resplendent, and now obviously I realize what that means, but as a 9-year-old, I wouldn't have known what that meant. So that was a little bit strange for me. Overall, the books I read this week weren't that terrible. I did, however, enjoy them a lot more this week than last week. Thank you.